Hello and how you doing? And welcome back to Two Jagoffs. I am Austin Cairns, joined here with
Jumbo Cairns.
And welcome back to Two Jagoffs, and welcome to our first of 4 NFL playoff specials. Now, I talked about this earlier in the year that we will have a different Jagoff on every single prediction episode leading up to the Super Bowl special, which the entire Two Jagoffs team will now be a part of. So, Wildcard round, my dad is here with us here in studio today. We'll be going through and talking about all of those games. Next week, downtown Nick Brown will be here for the divisional round predictions. And to end things off, if he returns my phone calls, Lucas Coons will be here for the conference championship episode, which then leads to the Super Bowl where all 4 of us will be together. With that all being said, first and foremost, Dad, welcome back to the podcast. We haven't seen you since week 17, if I'm not mistaken. So welcome back to the podcast.
Hi, how are you?
I'm tired.
I'm sick.
I know you're sick, so please stay far away. We're social distancing right now. Everything going good with you, though?
Yep, everything's good.
Well, we do have a lot to talk about today, but before we get into the games, last week we did have a very special interview. My man KC War joined us on the podcast. That episode's streaming on all platforms. And if you're wondering why this episode isn't uploaded on a Thursday, but instead of a Tuesday, this week is Jagoff Marathon. So the other prediction episodes are going to come out at their normal scheduled Thursday times, but this episode's coming out on Tuesday because this Thursday we have Katie Arquette and Derek Dillinger, the first returning guests of the year, coming back on the podcast. So I'm very excited to have those two back on. Derek's making the trip all the way over from Cleveland, Ohio, just to be on the podcast. So thank you, Derek, for making that long trip.
Can't wait to see it.
Oh, it's going to be great. So much fun. And then a blast from the past from me, a little bit of nostalgia coming on the podcast on Sunday. My kindergarten teacher, Mr. Alexander, who, Dad, I know you're pretty cool with too as well.
Good guy.
We love Mr. A. He will be joining me on the podcast on Sunday.
Good union guy, by the way.
Oh, yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah.
Very good union guy. Not on the episode because we both had some similar opinions on some stuff, but we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that. Let's get into the games now. We're going to go in order from the 2 Saturday games to the 3 Sunday and to our Monday night matchup. Starting things off. Well, actually, before we start things off, I will say there are 2 teams on a bye. The Seattle Seahawks clinched the number 1 seed for the NFC, and the Denver Broncos clinched the number 1 seed for the AFC. So neither one of those teams will play this weekend.
How did Denver clinch?
How did Denver clinch? They beat the Chargers.
Which they sat their starters.
Which was weird.
It was asinine. Why would you not want a first-round bye in home field throughout the playoffs? It's a hardball thing, I guess. I don't know.
I guess it runs in the family.
Yeah, stupidity.
Well, the Rams are taking on the Panthers to start things off. This is a 4:30 matchup. The Carolina Panthers, of course, won the NFC South this weekend. They actually lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Saturday, but due to the Saints and Falcons tiebreaker, the tiebreaker within the division, of course, the Falcons also finished 8-9. The Panthers still were able to squeeze in and win the 4th seed. The Rams didn't quite win the West, but they at least got one of the wild card spots to make their way into the playoffs. Dad, I know a lot of people are hating on the Carolina Panthers right now, saying, why is an 8-9 team in the playoffs over some other teams? A lot of people would argue due to officiating, this team would be 9-8 if they would have beat the Buccaneers. I'm not going to go that far. I think it's a bit of a stretch. This is a rematch between these 2 teams. Carolina actually beat the Rams during the regular season, so it's not like this is an automatic win for the Rams. The Rams have a tough challenge ahead. They lost to the Panthers 31-28 earlier this season. Panthers put a spanking on them. Are they going to do it again, or are the Rams going to go to the second round?
Give me the Rams right now. Give me the Rams. Matthew Stafford. That's where he shines. That was early in the season. I don't think the Rams were banged up. I don't know if you've seen Puka, the way he was catching the ball. I'm taking the Rams all day long.
Wouldn't you be a little worried, though, about the Rams, especially after the way they've looked the last couple weeks? I mean, they narrowly gave up the loss to the Cardinals in Week 18.
I'm not worried.
Not at all?
Playoffs, new season. Not worried at all.
Well, I will say this.
And as far as the refs in the 8, they should be 9-8. Look, there's bad calls all throughout the NFL. I'm tired of people blaming the refs for losing. You lost because you got your ass beat, period, end of story.
Well, I want to pick Carolina so badly. I really do, because Bryce Young has done everything. He has proved everybody wrong this season. He is a franchise quarterback, and he is one of the most elite quarterbacks right now in the NFL, in my opinion, with the right system built around him. At this moment in time, though, Matthew Stafford has weapons for days. I'm going to go with the Rams, too. I think Sean McVay is one of the most experienced head coaches in the NFC. He's won a Super Bowl before. He's been to a Super Bowl before. So comparing him to some of these other first-year head coaches, second-year head coaches, outside of Kyle Shanahan, who really does he have competition-wise in the NFC?
So what the hell did you come out with that for then?
I'm trying to hype people up. I'm trying to confuse them. Carolina's not a bad team. Just because they're 8-9 doesn't mean they're bad.
You're giving me shit because I took the Rams, and then you take the Rams.
Well, I'm agreeing with you. I'm taking the Rams, too.
Don't give me shit.
I'm not. Damn. All right, well, what about this next game we got? And we're going to spend a little bit more time on each game as well. Obviously, this is playoffs now. We're not just going to get picks and move on. We're going to break this down a little bit. So, for those wondering, no, we're not just going through these games and flying through. Green Bay and Chicago, Dad. I have the Chicago hat here. I don't know if I'm going to pick them or not. This is an NFC North battle. Chicago's been on an absolute roll this year. First-year head coach Ben Johnson has done an incredible job at disciplining Caleb Williams. That has been my key word with this team, has been discipline. Caleb Williams seems a lot more comfortable. Caleb Williams has been making a lot less bad decisions in the pocket. And honestly, this team seems to be on point. They seem to have good chemistry right now. Green Bay, on the other hand, have been dealing with injuries. Jordan Love's been on and off the field. Watson's been on and off the field. Jones has been off. This is a team that is struggling. Josh Jacobs, has been on and off the field. Does Green Bay get the job done, or does Chicago surprise everybody and make it to the divisional round?
I think if we're going to talk about teams that actually have, for lack of a better word, shit the bed recently, that has been Green Bay. Green Bay started strong, had a mediocre midseason, and they've been terrible for the last couple weeks. Jordan Love doesn't look comfortable in the pocket. The running game is a little suspect. I'm going with Chicago, and the reason why I'm going to go with Chicago, I said at the beginning of the year, offensive line, number one. Caleb Williams has been put in check by coaching staff, and they got a well-rounded team. So I'm going to go with Chicago for those reasons alone. But I'd be worried about Green Bay. Like I said, the last couple weeks, they just don't look good at all.
They don't, and that's what worries me about them in the playoffs is because the last time they were like this, they ended off the regular season pretty poorly. They then go into the playoffs and they put up 50 points against Dallas. Now, again, I get it. This isn't Dallas they're playing. But Jordan Love could come out of nowhere and surprise us all and win games. And plus, Caleb Williams is also the most inexperienced quarterback in this matchup. This is his first playoff game, first playoff appearance. So I would also be a little worried that Chicago's lack of experience in the playoffs, the butterflies in the stomach, I have a feeling it's going to get to them in this game. I don't think it's going to get to them enough to lose this game. I'm going to agree with you and go with Chicago. But I am definitely worried about them long-term in the playoffs due to that inexperience. Because, again, you got the Rams. They've been there before. You got the Eagles. Although they're not the best, they look like a shell of themselves. They still won the Super Bowl last year. You got the 49ers there. The Seahawks are just on an absolute roll right now. There are teams in this playoffs that we got to worry about.
Yeah, I just don't see Jordan Love coming out of his shell. I don't know. He looks bad right now. That's why I can't go with Green Bay, because of him.
I agree. What's with all the Chiefs gear, by the way? I see the Chiefs hoodie. Got
Playoffs.
The Chiefs. They're not in it.
Doesn't matter. It's still my team.
Brought the hat here too.
It doesn't matter. They're my team. What do I got to stop liking them because they're
I'm not saying you got to stop liking them.
That's a Steeler thing. Chief fans don't do that. We wear red all the time.
I'm a Cardinals fan.
We're not the Steelers.
I mean, I'm wearing the Brooklyn Nets right now.
I'll see Steeler shirts for days now.
No, I do what a real NFL fan. When my team is done, I go to a different sport, and that's why I'm wearing the Nets right now.
Oh, you look ridiculous.
Go Brooklyn Nets. How do I look ridiculous?
He looks ridiculous with his Brooklyn Nets shirt on.
Oh, my gosh. Well, look at this. I got all these. These are all playoff contending teams, at least. We got Seahawks, Broncos, Bears, and Chargers. I bet two of the teams are pissing you off right now.
Yeah, I want to kick his table over.
Please don't. I don't think my tuition can afford it. Buffalo Bills, Jacksonville Jaguars.
We're not going to finish with the NFC, or no? Are we just going by days?
Oh, we're going by days. We're going in order of the games. So this is the 1 o'clock game for Sunday. Sunday's wild card game. Oh my goodness, stutter. The Bills and the Jaguars. Now, this game's interesting because the Bills are on the road. The Bills are actually going down to Duval County for this game. Liam Cohen is another first-year head coach. Outside of Ben Johnson, I would argue he's the best first-year head coach. He has done a great job in making this team well-rounded. Trevor Lawrence, by far, having the best year of his career so far. Career highs in every category. Trayvon Walker's finally looking like he's worthy of being a number 1 overall pick. I'm not going to lie, Dad. I really want to pick Jacksonville. I'm going to do it. I don't believe this is Josh Allen's year. Here's the thing with Buffalo. This is the story we're going to keep telling. Patrick Mahomes is not in the playoffs. Joe Burrow is not in the playoffs. Lamar Jackson is not in the playoffs. If there is any quarterback in the AFC that has the most to prove, it is Josh Allen. You can't use the 0-4 excuse anymore. You can't use the Super Bowl window is closing. You can't use the lack of players. You can't use the competition. You're of the most experience, by far. You're more experienced than Jacksonville. You're more experienced than this New England team. You're more experienced than the Chargers. You're more experienced than Houston. You're more experienced than Pittsburgh. You're more experienced than Denver. I know Pittsburgh has Aaron Rodgers, but still, the rest of the team's pretty young. Buffalo is the most well-rounded team, if you think about it, in terms of experience in the playoffs. I don't believe they're going to get the job done because Jacksonville has been blowing opponents out of the water left and right every single week. They've been putting up 34 to 36 points consistently over a 6-week span. I don't see that ending anytime soon. I don't see Josh Allen getting the job done. And the game I'm going to reference was the game against Houston earlier this year on primetime football. Josh Allen struggled against good defenses. And I see Houston, who is the number 1 ranked defense in the NFL. I see Denver, who is ranked number 2 defense in the NFL. And there's Jacksonville, who's the top 10 defense in the NFL. That's 3 top 10 defenses in the AFC alone. So if the Jaguars aren't going to knock them out, someone will eventually. But I think Buffalo's going to get caught up in this game. Give me the Jags.
This is going to be the best game of the weekend, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, I think this is going to be your best game of the weekend.
I could agree.
I think it's going to go back and forth. I think it's going to be high scoring. And I honestly think this could probably be one of the last years where Buffalo, their window is closing. I think if they don't win here, McDermott's on the hot seat because you got all this talent around Josh Allen now. And if they can't win now without Mahomes in there, Burrow in there, Lamar Jackson, this should be his year to win, right? Everything lined up, all the stars aligned. Well, guess what? They're not winning this week. I got some news for you. I think Jacksonville, I'm going to make it early. I think I said it last time I was on the show. I think Jacksonville's going to make a run at the AFC Championship. That's my dark horse right now. Because ever since that week when they beat the Chiefs, they barely beat the Chiefs. It was a controversial call. Me and you watched the game together. Ever since then, they have been stomping mud holes in people and then walking them dry. Mm-hmm. That's what they've been doing. They've been beating the shit out of teams. Completely beating them offensive, defensively, all the ways around. And Trevor Lawrence, MVP.
MVP.
He's playing MVP caliber right now. So I'm going to go with Jacksonville after saying all that. And I just think after this year, Buffalo, it might get decimated. McDermott's job might be on the line if they don't go make a deep run.
I agree. I mean, when you look at New England, too, New England has taken the division by storm this year. This was supposed to be the year Buffalo finally capitalizes. Oh, Kansas City's starting to fall apart. Buffalo can finally jump the gun. Well, you can't even win your own division, so what leads me to convince me to believe that you're going to make it anywhere in the playoffs? I fully agree, Dad. I think Jacksonville is very well-rounded. And I want to give Liam Cohen some credit, too. I mean, I get it. Ben Johnson was an amazing coaching signing, but I don't think Liam Cohen gets enough credit because Trevor Lawrence has now worked with 4 different head coaches since he's been drafted several years ago. This is by far the best coach that he's had to work with so far. This is better than Super Bowl winning coach Doug Peterson. This is way better than Urban Meyer. This is probably the best coach that he's had so far.
Yeah.
Now we go to the 4:30 game. I'm actually interested in this one. San Francisco 49ers, Philadelphia Eagles. The Niners, a lot of people written off beginning of the year due to the Brock Purdy injury and then Mac Jones playing some games. But ever since Brock Purdy came back from injury, I would argue he's up there with the way Lawrence is playing, with the way May is playing, with the way Stafford is playing. Brock Purdy has been playing some darn good football right now, and this is with wide receiver injuries. This is with him playing with backups and third string. So I got to give credit where credit is due to Brock Purdy. Christian McCaffrey worries me a little bit, though. He's been fumbling a lot recently. I've been very worried about Christian McCaffrey. And it's not. When I saw there was 2 turnovers, I thought it was Purdy. I was checking the NFL scores. I thought Purdy turned the football over.
Talking against Seahawks.
Yeah, I went back and watched the highlights. I was like, wait a minute, no, this is McCaffrey. And then I think it was Juszczyk on the other one. They're going up against a Philadelphia team that are not themselves. And I said this early in the season. I'm going to stand on this point. I think Philadelphia are first-round exits. I'm going to go with the San Francisco 49ers. Let's not forget, Shanahan's been there before. Shanahan's been to multiple Super Bowls. I don't believe this is the year they're going to make it. I don't even think they're going to make it to the NFC Championship. But I do see them beating Philadelphia in the first round in a very close, very low-scoring game.
I may have picked San Fran up until I watched them play Seattle. And then I watched San Fran struggle offensively, not defensively. They held them to, 13 points?
Seattle is the third best defense.
I'm just saying. I watched McCaffrey fumble. Mm-hmm. I watched Brock Purdy make some bad decisions, some bad throws. Offensively, they don't look good. At least in that game that I saw.
It was just that game, though. They've been good all season.
I get it. This is the time for your offense to be clicking is at the end of the season. So I want to take San Francisco. I really do. I think they're the better team. Something in my gut tells me take Philadelphia, take Barkley. This is the week they show up and they come back and they make a run in the playoffs. So I'm taking the upset, and I'm taking Philly with Barkley.
That's fair, but that's the thing. Barkley has not been good this year at all.
I get
A.J. Brown.
McCaffrey hasn't been good this year.
I get that. Yeah, I don't know. This is a team where this is
going to be a close game. It's going to be a 16-10, 17-13, something like that.
I think even low scoring, 13-10, yeah.
I mean, it's going to be close. It's not going to be a blowout. And that's why I think I want to take Philly, because I think Philly, I don't know.
You like Philly?
I'm just taking – I don't like Philly. Go Birds. I hate the Birds.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Yeah, here we go again. 8 o'clock game, Sunday Night Football, Los Angeles Chargers versus the New England Patriots. The Chargers are hurt. I mean, let's just be honest. The Chargers have been banged up all season. Most of their offensive line is missing. Herbert's been battling through injuries all year. I don't see this game being close. I think this might be the only blowout of the playoffs. I think the Patriots are going to win in dominant fashion. Drake May is phenomenal. This offense has gotten so much better since their bye week. Trayvon Henderson has become one of the best rookie running backs we've seen in quite some time. I got no complaints whatsoever. Mike Vrabel is doing a really good job with this team. I got to go New England. I have nothing else to say.
I would like to take the team from the West, but I hate them. Number one, I can't. But that's not why I'm not going to take them. The reason why I'm not taking them, they're young, they're inexperienced, they're not playing well as a team. Somehow they finished second in that division, probably because Mahomes got hurt. I don't know. But they're not even going to stand a prayer in this game. If they put up 10 points, I'll be very surprised. Because New England's defense, I think, will tighten them up, and I think they're just going to throw all over them. Because other than, what's his name on defense?
Glomack?
No, their cornerback, safety.
Oh, Derwin James.
Yeah, Derwin James. And Mack, defensively, they're not that good.
Yeah.
So I tend to agree with you. I think it's going to be a blowout. I think this might be the only blowout of the whole playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So, unfortunately for the Chargers, congrats, you made the playoffs. You're going to be a one and done. Sorry.
One and done. This is the game that I've been excited to talk about. We're probably going to be the longest on. It's actually Lucas's two favorite teams. Did you notice that, Dad? It's Lucas's two favorite teams. The Houston Texans.
He can't go wrong.
He really can't, no. I mean,
I'll bet he wins this week.
You think so?
I'll bet Lucas wins this week. Congrats, Lucas.
Jumbo clap. There it is. First jumbo clap.
I had to put a cough drop in first, but he's going to win no matter what.
First jumbo clap.
He's going to sit with his Steeler hat on, his Houston T-shirt on, his Steeler pants on, his Houston shoes on. So he's going to win no matter what.
He hasn't wore the Houston shirt yet on an episode.
Well, I bet if they beat the Steelers, he'll find it all of a sudden.
You know, Lucas, if you're listening, you better wear that damn Houston Texans T-shirt if they eliminate the Pittsburgh Steelers when you come on for the conference championship episode. Even if they're eliminated by then, you still got to wear it.
Just give you a heads up. I talked to Al about him today at work, and me and him was talking. I said, how does he have two teams? And he goes, yeah, what the hell? Why would he have two teams?
Well, now Nick Brown's starting to root for the Steelers.
Well, you know what that is?
Bandwagon.
Yes.
Again, I don't even watch football. I just go to a completely different sport. Like, they think I'm going to be watching that Steeler game. I'm watching Chris Jericho return to Monday Night Raw. That's what I'm doing.
I'm a fan of two teams, okay?
Okay.
Did I ever tell you that? My number one team is the Kansas City Chiefs, and whoever else the Steelers play. That is my teams.
That's fair. That's fair. I thought you were going to say the Jets.
Jets? Jets? No.
Did you know the Jets were the only team in NFL history since 1933 when they started recording interceptions to not get a single one in a season?
Do you know that the Chiefs are down there four-string
Yeah, Shane
quarterback?
Buechele.
Yeah, and Nick Brown was talking smack on him. Listen, 4-string. They had Dak the whole year and they sucked.
Yeah, they just got swept by the
Giants. The
Giants.
whole year they had Dak.
They got swept by the Giants. They lost to the Giants this week.
The whole year they had their starting QB, their starting two receivers, and they suck.
Yeah. They're bad.
We had our 4-string quarterback and almost beat the Raiders with a guy that was probably bagging groceries a month ago.
Yeah, he was on the Bills practice squad.
Yeah, probably washing cars on the weekend to make some money.
Probably. But I've been waiting to talk about this game for a minute. Houston Texans, Pittsburgh Steelers. Now the Texans, their path to the playoffs hasn't been exactly too straightforward. It was a bit of a rocky start. C.J. Stroud on and off the field with injuries this year. But the defense out of nowhere became the best defense in football. Daniil Hunter been one of the best pass rushers this year. Will Anderson. If Myles Garrett didn't play in the NFL, he would probably be our defensive player of the year. I've been very impressed with Derek Stingley Jr., too, their number one corner. He's been a complete lockdown this year, literally locking up your favorite number one receiver. And now they find themselves facing the Pittsburgh Steelers, who do have the highest paid defense in the NFL, but also the 5th ranked worst defense in the NFL. Aaron Rodgers defeated the Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson to eliminate them in Week 18, Sunday Night Football, and honestly, what was probably game of the year. That was a really good game, especially that fourth quarter. A lot of fun. Chris Boswell missed his 2nd extra point of the entire season, and only his entire season, and I think it was like the 3rd over a 4-year span. It was some crazy stat that Tirico said on the broadcast. But Boswell missed. Then Tyler Loop misses the game-winning field goal, and the Steelers end up winning 26-24. Obviously, there was that big pass to Likely, the big pass to Flowers. Rodgers had the wide-open touchdown to Calvin Austin. It was literally back and forth in the fourth quarter. I do want to bring up a point, though. I don't believe the Steelers robbed the Ravens. I don't believe the Ravens were robbed of this game, but I feel like it's only fair that we point this out. Week 2 of the NFL season, the Denver Broncos took on the Indianapolis Colts. This was the most controversial game of the year, in my opinion, because at the end of the game, the Indianapolis Colts went to take the game-winning field goal against the Broncos. They missed it. They missed the field goal. The game was supposed to be over. Denver was supposed to win by 2. What ends up happening is the flag came in, and they called leverage on Tillman, their linebacker. Leverage, obviously, is when you're using your body to leverage yourself on a teammate's back or teammate's shoulders, teammate's body part to get at the kick.
Try to block it, yeah.
It was leverage. And I looked back at it, and I think it was a bit of a nitpicky call in week 2, but it was leverage. So you got to respect the official's call. Colts get a second chance for the field goal. They end up kicking the field goal. They win 29-28. That's what happened in week 2. That was Denver's one loss of the season that I would actually say they deserved to win because they were dominating that entire game. Then we fast forward to week 18. Week 18 happens, and I didn't see this, but Jason McCourty put a tweet out about this, former New England Patriots star D-back, and I went back and watched the highlights. If you look, Ben Skronik, number 15 on the Pittsburgh Steelers, is clearly leveraging in that final kick at the end of the game. So, by rule, according to what the officials did in week 2 with the Colts and the Broncos, there should have been a flag thrown, and Tyler Loop should have had a second chance to kick the field goal. Now, do I believe he would have made it? No, I believe he still would have missed. He's a 24-year-old rookie kicker, out of Arizona. The pressure was on the entire game. He hasn't really played that well, so I don't think that he would have made it either way. And again, the Ravens screwed themselves mostly in this game too, so I'm not even going to say that Pittsburgh robbed them, the officials were bad, yada, yada, yada. I just want to make the point clear that if you're going to call something in week 2, why aren't you going to call the exact same damn thing in week 18? That makes absolutely zero sense to me. I have the pictures, actually. I went and circled them both. Week 18 and week 2 looks eerily similar. It was the same formation, same lineup, but Denver gets called for it and Pittsburgh doesn't? I don't know. I don't fully understand that. I want to get your thoughts.
Because the refs are playing for the Steelers. Remember I said that last time I was here? Now, listen, all jokes aside, how far is that penalty? Is that a 5-yard, 10-yard penalty? I don't even know what that one is.
It's a 15-yard penalty.
It's a 15-yard penalty? I don't give a shit if he's kicking that from the 20. He missed that so far right. I don't give a shit what happened.
That's why I said he'll still miss it.
I don't care if it was leverage, non-leverage, whatever. Bro, you missed the kick. He was so far right. As soon as it come off his foot, the announcer had already said, he missed it! He missed it! He was so excited that he missed it.
Which great call, by the way, by Tirico. Great call.
Yes, but it doesn't matter if it was 5, 10, 15 yards closer. Bro missed it pretty bad. Mm-hmm. I mean, if we're going to worry about that on how you should have gotten the playoffs, well, maybe Lamar Jackson shouldn't have got hurt. Well, maybe this should have happened. At the end of the day, you didn't. When you needed to win, you did not win. Period. You could pick all the excuses in the world. McCord, he should know better. He shouldn't go back and do that. I disagree with that totally because he was a player. He was in the game. He played for the Patriots, I believe, correct? Mm-hmm. Who got a lot of calls from the referees, if I do remember correctly. So for him to go back and say that somebody got screwed, how about all the times that you guys were getting, say, the Deflategate and all these other things that were going against you guys and, oh, no, we don't cheat, we don't do that. Listen, refs miss calls. At the end of the day, winners win, losers lose.
But don't you think it's only fair that if you're going to make the call in one game, you make in the other? Again, I'm not saying that...
It's hard. Like, I've told you this before.
Here's my opinion on it. I don't think it should have been called in either game. I'm glad they didn't call it in Pittsburgh, But my thing is, why would you call it in week 2 and not call it in week 18?
Because they missed it. That's the answer. They missed it.
Or were they nitpicking in week 2?
No, they missed it.
Okay.
They missed the call. It happens all throughout the game.
The most important call, though, of the season.
For the Ravens, yes. That's not the most important call of the game because there was probably a holding they missed or a pass interference that they missed.
Mm-hmm.
There's calls that are missed all throughout a football game. They could call holding on every play of every down, but they do not because then the game would never go on. Everybody holds. Everybody interferes with people. There's always offsides. There's always false starts. Me and you pointed it out. Jawan Taylor got flagged more than anybody in the last 2 years, but I watch everybody do the same shit that he does, and they don't call it. That's just what they do.
Yeah.
There's a human error part of it. They missed the call. That's not why the Ravens lost.
I'm not saying that's not why.
But that's McCourty putting that spin on it.
Well, no, he was just pointing it out. He was just pointing out saying, well,
why
if you
would
look
you point
closely,
it out
that is
unless you wanted
leverage.
controversy?
Well, he only put that point out. I'm the one that's bringing up week 2.
But I'm just saying,
that's my part.
Why did he put that out if he did not want controversy?
It's a good point. I mean, he's an insider, so who knows?
But I'm saying he wants somebody now to come out and say the Ravens got screwed. Let's do an investigation.
Yeah.
It happened in New England all the time he was in New England. So what the hell? I mean, he should have learned from that. Like he should have known. Listen, they didn't lose that game because of that infraction.
Let's break this down. Why did the Ravens lose?
Because in the second half, the Steelers stomped the shit out of them.
They did.
Aaron Rodgers threw for almost 300 yards in that game, if he did not throw for 300 yards. Calvin Austin wide open with a minute to go. That's why he lost the game.
Yeah, well, the players.
And listen, if Boswell would have made that extra point, we're not even talking about loops because they were not getting a touchdown there at the end.
No, not at all.
So to say that it was because of a missed call why you lost, maybe you should have won a game or two during the season. I don't know. Handle your business throughout the year. I hate that, they got screwed, this, that. No, you got beat. At the end of the day, you got beat.
Well, now that it's all said and done and the Ravens are eliminated, who are we blaming for the most for this loss? And then we'll get into Houston and Pittsburgh because I feel like this is important.
John Harbaugh.
Okay.
John Harbaugh, fire him.
Does any blame fall on Lamar?
If you want my opinion, yes.
Okay.
Because there was a lot of RPOs in that game that I thought he should have handed the ball off, or he should have took off on a run, or he should have threw it. I mean, it's easy for me to play arm chart quarterback because I'm not a quarterback, number one. I never played the position. But from what I saw in that game, there was times that he could have gave it to Henry, but the RPO, run pass option. That's what that is called, the RPO. He has a chance to run the ball, hand the ball, or throw the ball. That's his 3 options. I don't think he was making the right calls in the second half, and that's why they only had 3 or 4 possessions. The Steelers dominated time possession in the second half.
They did. It feels like Henry got a lot less touches in the second half, too. He had already 100 yards by the first half, right?
79 in the first quarter.
Yeah. I mean, it feels like Derrick Henry got the ball less and less as the game went on, and I feel like, again, that's the reason why they probably lost this game. Lamar's playing through a back injury, though. And, I mean, Lamar did not play like he had a back injury yesterday. I think Lamar actually played really well. I was very impressed with Lamar Jackson. I've been very impressed with Lamar Jackson all season. I don't think he is to put the blame on at all for this season. I think Cam Newton said this on First Take, and I'm going to agree with him. I'm giving him a pass for this season. I don't believe that we should criticize the way the Ravens played this year and the way the Ravens turned out on Lamar whatsoever. Because, I mean, he did miss 6 weeks due to an injury. He has been on and off the field with a back injury. Tyler Huntley's been in at one point. We had Cooper Rush at another. I just think that Lamar Jackson still is a franchise guy. He got the contract extension. Put the right pieces around him. Continue to build Zay Flowers. Continue to run Derrick Henry, and you'll be just fine. What I will say, though, is I agree with you, Dad, 100%. John Harbaugh got to go. I feel like this was the game that if the Steelers lost, Tomlin had to go. If the Ravens lost, Harbaugh had to go. I'm still on the fire Tomlin bandwagon. I'll get to that when we get to the Steelers in a second. But John Harbaugh, I mean, he's the second longest tenured head coach. He's been a coach for 18 years. He's won a single Super Bowl. Hasn't done anything since. I don't understand why he's still in the NFL. I really don't.
How the hell you blame Lamar Jackson when he hit likely to set him up for the game-winning field goal?
That was a great pass.
But I'm just saying, is anybody going to blame him when he put them in a position to win the game? He can't kick the damn ball.
Mm-hmm. Lamar did literally everything he can while he's hit.
I mean, he even took the snap and took the knee so he could set it up in the center of the field to make it a 44-yard field goal nowadays. I hate to say it's almost a chip shot nowadays for these kickers. They're making 50, 60-yard kicks like it's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know what they're taking. I wonder if they're on HGH. I mean, because they're kicking balls like they should not be kicking them.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're lining up at where the center of the field is, like where the arrowhead is, and they're booting it from there, which is 60-some yards. That shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
But anyways, like, he put them in a position to win the game. They didn't win the game.
You don't think so?
I know they didn't win the game.
No, I was talking about, like, you don't think Lamar Jackson's at fault for this at all? In this game
No.
specifically? I agree. I just don't understand the Lamar hate. I've been a Lamar fan for a while, and I actually, again, early this season, my early Super Bowl prediction was Baltimore was going to finally get the job and win the Super Bowl this year. I still firmly believe if Lamar didn't go down earlier this year, they would be our Super Bowl champions. I feel like they would run this AFC. I feel like they would have swept the Steelers. They probably would have beat New England. They would have beat Buffalo. The only team that I would really see them giving them a hard time on the AFC side of things, that in all honesty would be Denver or Jacksonville. But I think they would outscore Denver's offense. Jacksonville would be really their only competition. Maybe Houston.
What are they saying about who's blaming him? You're saying that somebody's blaming him?
I'm not saying that anyone specific is blaming him, but that's the question that everyone's asking going into this week is who should be at fault for the Ravens?
Here, let me give you some stats from last night. 11 for 18, 238, 3 touchdowns and interception. I don't remember seeing the interception, so shame on me. I don't remember seeing it. There was a point where I turned the game off and then turned it back on. And then Derrick Henry, 20 rushes for 126. Lamar had 4 rushes for 9 yards. I think their problem, and I hate to say it because D-Hop, I love D-Hop, they need another receiver for him.
Hopkins ain't it.
Hopkins is not it. I mean, and I love D-Hop. I hate to even say anything bad about him.
They had a bad miscommunication. Did you see it where Hopkins is wide open and Lamar's telling him? Everyone's trying to blame Lamar for that. They were like, Lamar overthrew him. And I'm like, no, he was trying to tell him to go downfield, but the Hopkins just stood there.
Well, I watched Rodgers overthrow somebody in the middle of the field, too.
Yeah. Yeah,
that happens.
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that happens. I mean, look, at the end of the day, the Ravens got beat.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
And
I hate to sit up here and pat myself on the back, but I told you the Steelers were going to make the playoffs with Rodgers.
They did. Well,
I told you that.
Well, now that they are in the playoffs, it's time we talk about their game. They are playing the Houston Texans, who has the best defense in football. It is Monday night. 2 interesting stats, actually, about this game. First and foremost, Mike Tomlin has won 23 straight Monday Night Football games. He has never lost. This includes postseason and regular season. And then the Houston Texans, this is their first time ever playing on a different day aside from Sunday at 4:30. Every year the Texans have made the playoffs, Dad, for the last 11 seasons, ever since they became a franchise, they've only played Sunday at 4:30. So this is their first time playing on a different day and a different time. I thought that was an interesting stat. So
interesting. What the hell's that matter?
I don't know. I just thought that was pretty cool. I thought that was pretty cool when I saw it earlier. But Houston is taking on Pittsburgh. We saw the matchup before. Didn't exactly go Pittsburgh's favor. You get the floor first.
No. See, I want you to go first because I think I might surprise you.
I think you might. Well, the standard is the standard, right? Mike Tomlin put together yet again another winning season. All roads lead to 9-8. In the Steelers' case this year, it's 10-7. Defeating the Baltimore Ravens. They're now in the playoffs. Kenneth Gainwell absolutely deserves to be on a team somewhere. If it's not with Pittsburgh next year, somebody better pick him up. He has been an amazing asset for them. See what happens when you use Pat Freiermuth. Freiermuth has been great ever since he's been getting in the starting lineup a little bit more. Love what I'm seeing out of Aaron Rodgers too, but the absence of DK Metcalf was certainly noticeable, and now that they're getting him back this week, that should be a plus for the Steelers' offense. Outside of that, Aaron Rodgers is working with pretty much nobody. He's working with Adam Thielen at this stage in his career, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, Ben Skronik, Jonnu Smith, and Jalen Warren, who Warren didn't look too bad last night, but I'm still not fully sold on him as being a running back one. I'm going with the Houston Texans. I believe the standard is the standard. The first round exit is bound to happen. This Houston defense, I think, is going to eat this offensive line up. I will say the offensive line has been playing much better over the last couple weeks, but I just don't see a world where this offensive line can go up against Danielle Hunter and can go up against Will Anderson. I just don't see that happening. And the Texans have weapons too. I mean, let's not forget, Nico Collins should be coming back. They still got Xavier Hutchinson. They got a great run game with Marks right now. Love what I'm seeing out of Melody Marks. I got to go Houston. Houston looks complete. I will say this, the one thing that concerns me. If Stroud turns the football over a lot, it's going to be kumbaya.
Isn't one of the Steeler tight ends hurt? Isn't he done for the year?
Darnell Washington?
Darnell Washington. That's who it was. I thought it was John Smith, but it's Washington. Now you said it. I got some good news, Lucas. I'm going with your team this week.
Which one?
I guarantee I'm picking one of Lucas's teams this week.
I guarantee you are too.
And it's going to shock you. It might even give you a heart attack.
I'm preparing myself. Oh,
So here's what I'm going to tell you.
rid of that.
Number
Let's
one,
go throw.
the reason why I don't think the Texans win this game is C.J. Stroud. I believe C.J. Stroud is going to turn the ball over. I'm glad you brought it up because I was going to bring it up if not. I believe he's not going to be comfortable in the pocket. I believe the Steelers are going to blitz the shit out of him. And from what they did last night to Lamar, blitzing him and that, I just don't see a way for him to put together drives to beat that team. Now, on the Steelers' end of it, you bring up their line. And I go back to when the Texans played the Chiefs, and me and you talked. And you said, Dad, they got the number one offense in the league.
Defense.
Defense. Number two defense. I think they were number one at the time, though.
Who?
Houston.
They're number one right now.
Okay, well, that's what I said. They were
Yeah.
the number one defense in the league when they were playing the Chiefs. Chiefs almost beat them because of Patrick Mahomes' athletic ability. Kind of reminds me of somebody that plays for the Steelers, maybe a little bit older, but he still has that ability to sling that ball. And I am not real sold on their secondary. Their line, yeah, I'm sold on their line. They got a tough line.
Who?
The Texans.
Defense?
Yes.
You're not sold on Derek Stingley Jr. at all?
No, not at all.
What? You're crazy.
I mean, he's okay, but
Okay.
they got to, who all they going to, okay, let's say they put him on Metcalf, right?
Right. That game over.
Fryermuth is
Stingley
open
wins
all
10
game.
out of 10 times.
Fryermuth all day long.
If they actually utilize Fryermuth. That's the biggest question.
And then Gainwell out of the backfield. If they use Gainwell the right way,
Hunter ain't letting Gainwell escape in the pocket. Come on.
well, we're about to see. So here's where I'm going to go with this. For all the reasons that I've just given you, I'm going to pick Lucas's team. Keep saying it. That's a shot. I hope everybody's catching it.
Yep.
And I'm going to take, in an upset, the city that I live in,
The city we're in
the
right
city
now.
I always root, the team I always root against. I'm going to take the Pittsburgh Steelers to move on and beat the Texans, and I'm going to say they beat them by at least 7.
About 6
I'm taking the Pittsburgh Steelers. Tomlin's going to get his first playoff win, and I don't know how many years.
2016.
2016.
10
There
years.
you go. 10 years. And that's why he won't be fired right there, because he's getting a victory with Aaron Rodgers. I'm still riding the Aaron Rodgers train like I did when I said he were an automatic contender.
But don't you believe that's going to set the Steelers back more years? I mean, let's just say this all does happen.
Listen, I'm not a Steelers fan, so it don't matter.
I know it don't matter, but I'm just saying, if we're going to talk about the standard here, let's just say Pittsburgh does beat the Houston Texans and they do go on to the second round. We both can agree they're probably going to get smacked if they play one of these other teams in the second round.
Not necessarily.
Oh, I think they will. I don't see them beating New England. I don't see them beating Buffalo. I damn sure don't see them beating Jacksonville or Denver. Buffalo would be really their only shot. So,
Not so sure on Denver.
I don't know. Denver's good.
I'm not that sure on Denver.
But I will say, if Pittsburgh does make it past this round, and let's just say they get eliminated again, Rodgers' future is still up in the air. You don't have a quarterback going into
Rodgers
next
is coming
year.
back to Pittsburgh. Mark my word.
You think so?
Mark my word, he's coming
I mean,
back.
he's having a lot of fun this year, so I could see him coming back. But again, that's going to set your franchise back a couple more years because then you're going to have a head coach. You're not going to, like, if you're going to clean house, this would be the year to, like, the next season will be the year to do it. Wouldn't you think?
But if you make the playoffs and you go a round or two deep into the playoffs, why are you cleaning the house?
Because you're not going to run it back with 43-year-old Aaron Rodgers
Why not?
next year. What do you mean, why not? Because the
Brady
Baltimore
won a
Ravens.
Super Bowl at 44.
Okay, because the Cincinnati Bengals are on a rebuild. The Browns are obviously going to split at least one of the games no matter how good or how bad they are. And Baltimore is going to be right back in there next year. Pending Harbaugh status, obviously.
Do you not like my pick?
I do not. I really don't. I actually prefer your Philly pick earlier than this one.
Well, you know what? I'm not here to please you.
Okay.
I'm here to pick who I think's going to win, and that's who I think's going to win is the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I would also argue.
Bump, 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 bump.
I would also argue Stroud has more playoff experience over the last 5 years than Aaron Rodgers does.
Here we go, Steelers.
No,
Here we go.
Please don't. I got to deal with a Cowboys fan next week and the real Steelers fan, or 50-50 fake Steelers fan
Who?
in 3 weeks. Lucas.
He's not a Steeler fan.
What is he?
He's a kid that likes two teams,
Which is?
Steelers and Houston. Don't make him a Steeler fan.
What about Nick if he's rooting for the Steelers?
His dad should yell at him and tell him he's a Dallas Cowboys fan.
Well, I will say this too. I know that the priest
Oh, and by the way, I saw them bunny's ears again. Smack him off his head.
he actually threw him off. He threw him off most of the episode. He threw him off this time. He said they were uncomfortable. So
You know why? Because you're not 5.
oh man. Well, I will say this. There was a priest. I thought this was pretty cool. He blessed the Acrisure Stadium whenever they played the Ravens, and he sprinkled holy water in the end zone. And it was like right where Tyler Loop missed the field goal. I don't know if you saw that or not.
Yeah.
I will say this, though, respectfully. You're going to need a hell lot more than holy water to beat this Houston Texans defense.
Listen, we're Pittsburghers. We're very superstitious. We believe in religion to a certain degree, and we're very superstitious. They had the priest out there, the Catholic priest. He did a little baptism.
Why not?
Missed the field goal. Pretty bad. I mean, hey, maybe that's why.
I love Seth.
Then again, maybe he just sucks. Maybe you should watch Pat McAfee. This guy sucks!
Well, I will say, did you see Seth Rollins react to it on Good Morning Football?
No.
Seth Rollins was on Good Morning Football, and he goes, "Come on, man, you can't go up against God." And it was so funny. He was going on. He got like this whole promo being like, the Baltimore Ravens should have known better when they saw that holy water going up against Jesus. Jesus is undefeated.
He is undefeated.
It was so funny when shout out to Rollins. Rollins got to be an NFL insider when his WWE career is over. He is so funny.
How come McAfee's not doing like a Steeler game? What the hell's that?
I don't know. McAfee's all over the place. McAfee's doing game day. He's doing game
Listen,
day.
if there's anybody that should be announcing a Steeler game, it should be Pat McAfee.
He's doing college game day right now. It's the playoffs for college football.
Nothing against any of the announcers in Pittsburgh, but like they don't talk like we do.
That's fair.
I mean, Pat McAfee gets it.
He gets it.
He would have been on there as soon as Luke missed it. This guy sucks! That's what he'd have been saying.
Well, Collinsworth, he went, wow. Now here's a guy. I actually like Collinsworth.
I do too, but I don't know. He hated the Steelers all them years, so.
He's a He used to play for the Bengals.
Yeah.
He's a Bengals wide receiver, so what do you expect?
Yeah.
All right, Dad. Well, last thing that I'm going to have for you, obviously Seattle and Denver's on a bye this week, so we're not covering either one of those teams. I'm going to get this with everybody. I know it's a little unfair for you because you're here the earliest, and your picks actually might be eliminated by the time I do this with Nick and Lucas.
I doubt that.
We'll see. Looking at the way things are looking right now, AFC and NFC, I want your early Super Bowl prediction. Who is in the Super Bowl? We're not going to go through every single game. We're just going to AFC representation, NFC representation, and then the ultimate winner. I'm not going to give mine at all. I'm going to be the moderator, actually.
What is that?
What do you mean?
I got to give you mine, but you don't give me yours.
Nope, because I'm going to be comparing everybody's every single week. Because it would be weird if I gave mine this week and then I'd have to give them another.
Give me the Jacksonville Jaguars, number 1.
Wow, okay, so Jags out of the AFC.
Let's look at this NFC. I don't think it matters. I think the AFC wins this year, but. So I think the Rams, I already picked the Rams to beat Carolina. I picked Philly to beat them. So Philly would go to Chicago, right? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then the Rams would go to Seattle. The Rams are going to upset Seattle. Chicago's going to beat Philly. Give me the Rams.
All right, so it's Rams and Jaguars. Who wins?
Trevor Lawrence's first Super Bowl.
Wow, you're really sold on Jacksonville this year. All right. Well, there we have it. The Jacksonville Jaguars defeating the Los Angeles Rams in the Super Bowl this year is Dad's prediction.
I don't think anybody's picking that, by the way, but me and Pittsburgh.
I don't think so. I actually have Jacksonville in the AFC Championship. I don't know about quite the Super.
Listen, I don't know what you know about picks, but other than last night, your uncle getting lucky with that point system, I was the only one to win the poll 3 times. 3 times,
Actually,
Nick Brown.
he is.
Not once, not twice, but 3 times till last night when he had joined
okay.
me.
Yes. Okay.
And Nick Brown, congratulations, you got 10. Guess what that won you? Nothing.
Yeah, you tried arguing, so you had 9.
I had 6, so what? We both finished the same place, last. Congratulations.
I actually did the worst out of everyone. You had 7, I had 6. 6, 7.
You know what? I would have never thought that the Raiders would have beat the Chiefs. Then again, I didn't know their 4th string was playing.
Yeah, I didn't either. I picked the Chiefs, but it's okay.
They still almost won that game.
They did.
And I actually probably picked Baltimore to beat the Steelers, too. The hell do I know?
Neither here nor there. Well, Dad, I do appreciate you so much.
I know one thing. If Jacksonville wins the Super Bowl,
Okay.
I'm probably winning this poll.
Why? Because you were going to be like the only one. I'm going to pick
I'll
Jacksonville
probably,
too,
be,
just
I'll
to
probably
screw
be
you.
the only one. This is Austin's poll he's doing. It's $5 to get in. Anybody interested?
Yep.
But if Jacksonville wins Super Bowl, I'll probably be the winner, guaranteed.
Okay.
Just like that year I had the Chiefs and nobody else had the Chiefs. Remember that?
I remember that. Well, Dad, I do appreciate you so much for coming on the podcast today. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for giving your NFL wildcard predictions. Like I said before, this is a very special bonus episode that's coming out on Tuesday. Derek Dillinger and Katie Arquette returns Thursday. Interview with Mr. Alexander on Sunday. And then the next 2 weeks, I'll be joined with Downtown Nick Brown and Lucas Coons as the second Jagoff to give our divisional round and our conference championship predictions. Dad, I'm not going to see you again until February for the Super Bowl, so is there any final words, any final messages that you would like to leave with the Jagoff Mafia until the Super Bowl?
I'm going to be watching Nick Brown's picks. I will never call him Downtown Nick Brown, by the way. Never.
Why not?
Never.
Why not?
Because he gave himself the nickname.
Yeah, self-proclaimed.
I can't give somebody they got to earn a nickname. Anyways, I'm going to be watching your picks to see how many you get right, which will probably be about 1 or 2 throughout the whole playoffs.
I agree with most of yours. I only
I'm
got...
not talking about you. We're talking about Nick Brown. It ain't about you.
Okay.
I'll get to you later.
Okay.
Lucas, I'm going to be watching your picks to see how bad your picks are. Or did you take my advice and ask your mom to give your picks in? That's going to be the question. I'm going to actually text Carrie to find out who she likes in those games, and then I'm going to see if Lucas picks them. And then I'll expose them on the next episode.
Okay.
If that happens. And you, on the other hand.
Me?
Yeah, you. I seen your picks. I had nothing to worry about. I'm winning your poll over you any day.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that. At least my nickname was given. 880's Most Elite. I didn't name myself that. They gave that to me.
I'll give you that.
So-
What are we going to call Lucas? We got to give him a nickname.
I called him the Prodigy of Point Park. Triple P.
No.
No, you don't like that?
No.
It's like Triple H, but Triple P.
What are you trying to say?
What? Time to play the game. No?
No.
Okay.
Doesn't even sound good.
Okay.
I'll give him a nickname.
You'll give him a nickname? Come up with one and give it to them on the Super Bowl special
Yeah.
in person, because we'll all be here together in the Media Hub. That's going to be crazy, by the way. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much again for tuning in to 2 Jagoffs. I'm Austin Cairns. That is my dad, and we will see you all in the next one.
Peace.